And speaking of music, we have a real treat in store. I don't believe in life after death, but if there is an afterlife, I'm going to learn how to play the guitar like Roy Zimmerman plays the guitar. We've admired Roy Zimmerman for many, many, many years. The singer-songwriter. He's performed at a number of our events, at our conventions, and at some regional events as well. And also, we've had him on our TV show. And if ever there was a time for political satire and irreverence, it is now. Not only do we all need to laugh a bit, I think it helps relieve some of the tension, but satire is one of the best weapons you can yield against autocrats. Roy's motto is sing, laugh, defend democracy. In his 30-plus year career, Roy and his songs have been heard on HBO. You've probably seen him on Showtime. His videos have hundreds of millions of views. He's just released a new album, his 11th as a solo artist, called Roadmap, which is a collection of classic social justice songs, reimagined for this current moment in our history. And you'll be able to purchase some of Roy's CDs directly from him after the evening's conclusion here in this ballroom. Roy has shared the stage with a real variety of musical luminaries and comedic luminaries. Robin Williams, Black Francis, Ellen DeGeneres, Arlo Guthrie, Bill Maher, Holly Near. I ain't afraid of your Yahweh. I'm afraid of what you do in the name of your God. John Oliver, The Roaches, and George Carlin. Most of you know about Tom Lehrer, who just died this year, the irreverent, satirical piano player-songwriter, one of our favorites. I was just playing one of his tunes. Tom Lehrer once congratulated Roy on, quote, reintroducing literacy to comedy songs. And the Bay Area Reporter calls Roy the best musical satirist working today. We are really pleased to have him. Roy says he often gets accused of preaching to the converted, but that's not how he puts it. He thinks of it more as entertaining the troops. And we, the troops, are very happy to have Roy Zimmerman do that for us here tonight. Let's welcome Roy Zimmerman.
Look at this table. Hello, good evening. How wonderful to see you all here. I couldn't be here myself, but I hope you'll agree that AI is amazing. I have been doing these satirical songs and supporting, peace and justice and democracy for 30 years, and I've come to the conclusion that it isn't working. No, that's not the right conclusion. The right conclusion is what Dan just said, that it's never been more important, and that's true of the work of the FFRF, too. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm going to start with one of the inveterate old hits. God made the world in 7 days. Well, that's 1 week to be specific. Now that's what I call scientific. Say hallelujah, sing his praise, 4042 BC. On Monday, August 27, he made the earth and sky and heaven. Then he punched out at 5:03, then he made Adam and then Eve, a garden for them to inhabit. The apple right where Eve could grab it. And I got proof because I believe creation science 101. In the beginning it begun, and you are just beginning to educate yourself when you shun evolution. Then Cain and Abel he begat, and they begat all of the rest to us, which means they must have been incestuous. I'm gonna have to pray about that. There might be sinners in this class who might believe in Charles Darwin. I guess that's just their loss and our win, because I'm gonna flunk their ass if you make Genesis your text. You'll laugh at Darwin and what he sees to be the origin of species, because he's just plain oversexed. Creation Science 101. You ain't no monkey's great-grandson. You've got a research paper due about the 50 reasons to shun evolution. Don't let them hand you that old jive about survival of the fittest. That notion don't pass the bullshit test. Yeah, this will all be on the quiz. Creation Science 101. Now Armageddon, your homework done, because when this semester's through, it's straight A's for students who shun evolution. The kids get such an education when they shun the heretical theory of the development of life on Earth over millions of years by means of spontaneous genetic mutation. So much of the repression that we're seeing now, that's going on now, is done in the name of freedom. This is the big irony, of course, right? Coming from people who are irony deficient. Freedom, they throw the word freedom around like it's ketchup on a wall or something, you know, and yeah, and they have a great sense of history too, or at least they need one, so this is a little history song. Back when the pilgrims landed on these rocks, they thanked the Lord and they wrang out their socks. They were escaping those religious tyrannies, so they said, geez, let us worship as we please. They knew the strictures of their scriptures would never fail them, and so they started lighting fires on the pyres in Salem. Freedom to oppress in the name of righteousness, religious freedom to scratch where it itches, religious freedom to burn our own witches. Y'all know the story of the first Thanksgiving, historical origins of Martha Stewart living. They feasted with the Wampanoag on that shore, and then wiped out the Pequot in the Pequot War. They knew God sent them to this Eden among the heathen to say, convert to our dear Lord or you won't be breathing. Freedom to oppress in the name of righteousness, religious freedom to scratch where it itches, religious freedom to burn our own witches. Then all the colonies said, what the hell? We don't need a king, let's ring the Liberty Bell. All men are equal, no one's lesser or greater. We're endowed with certain rights by our Creator. And that was sweet, but what made liberty even sweeter was they could still own slaves according to Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, 2 Kings, and 1 Peter. So we the people formed a nation, and the Bill of Rights ensures I'm free to practice my religion, and you're free to practice mine. Ain't that divine? Slavery opened up a national wound. Much blood was spilled before the Union reunited. They saved the nation in that Civil War. Our fathers brought 407 years before. And some were certain they could hear the Almighty saying, don't mix the races, segregate and start KKKing. Freedom, freedom to oppress in the name of righteousness. Freedom to persecute in a biblical pursuit. Religious freedom to burn. I'll tell you what would make America great. Make it an autocratic, theocratic state where Jesus rules all men and women, especially women. So come election day, you know I'm writing him in. And we'll give the Constitution a new addendum. We'll take all the civil rights and officially end them. Freedom to oppress in the name of, you've heard it enough times, sing it along. Freedom to oppress in the name of righteousness. Religious freedom to scratch where it is. Religious freedom to burn our own witches. Our religious freedom to scratch where it is. Religious freedom to burn, 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 burn our own witches. Got a weird relationship with science these days. We've got a Health and Human Secretary, Health and Human Services Secretary, who says, "Don't take advice from me." You saw that this week, anyway. I think all he needs is a protest song. That's what I think he needs. What do you got against the measles? Why you gotta be such a hater? You with your facts and your viral attacks, you're a dangerous vaccinator. Why are you so poliophobic? Why are you so down on diphtheria? Why you gotta disrespect hepatitis? You got a bad case of hysteria. Don't wanna get near ya. Why are you so down on tetanus? Why aren't you letting us be? Why can't you let the bird flu fly and be free? Give measles a chance. Big government, big pharma, big brother. As I recollect, last time I checked, Americans still had the right to infect each other. Give measles a chance. Big government, big pharma, big science. We know we're correct, so we reject all the so-called intellectual giants. It's all about liberty, so we say don't tread on measles. It's all forward into the past, right? It's all forward to into the time that never really existed. Actually, I call it faux nostalgia that they have. It's And they want to introduce a thing. For instance, they want to introduce a thing they call abstinence-only sex education. It's a little like saying, just hold it, potty training.
Oh, baby, looking at you tonight, there's something I'd like to do tonight. But I believe in abstinence only, and I don't want to leave you lonely, so abstain with me, baby, all night long. Come over and refrain with me, baby, all night long. Gonna wanna jump your bones, I'm gonna have to dump that Jones, so come on now, get stalled in Lover's Lane with me, abstain with me. Oh, baby, when you're not there, I'm blue. You're right, but wait for it. Yeah, baby, I think you know where I'm blue. 'Cause I believe in sex education as approved by the administration, so abstain with me, baby, all night long. Come on and feel the strain with me, baby, all night long. Gonna have the urge to merge, an urge we're gonna have to purge on the verge, so come on now, be in excruciating pain with me, abstain with me, oh baby, oh baby. Oh, baby, we're gonna wanna rock and roll. We're gonna have to bark and go bowling or something, so come on now, try not to slit a vein with me, abstain with me, oh baby, yeah.
Well, I've gotten this far in the set and I haven't mentioned Donald Trump, sorry. He's a troublemaker, we know that. Sorry, Mary, but I know he's your uncle, but he is. Terrible, terrible kind of a troublemaker. And want to see my impression of Donald Trump? I'm going to do it anyway. It's my impression of Donald Trump playing chess. King me. That's it. Okay. And another thing they're gunning for now, of course, is marriage equality, same-sex marriage rights, and talk about going backward and doing the work that we thought we had done many years ago, right? And the Republicans came up with this Defense of Marriage Act, right? And the Republican marriage pledge that states that the marriage is between a man and a woman. And Donald Trump did not sign it because he believes that a woman is between a man and a marriage. I was just doing the weave there. My wife bet me I would not tell you that joke, and frankly, your discomfort is worth $5 to me, so. Every time we think about same-sex marriage, it makes us sick to our guts. I mean, to people who want to commit to a stable, monogamous, lifelong relationship, what are they, nuts? It's unnatural. Now, a man should not lie with a person who is a guy. He should only lie to his wife. The Bible is clear. We're defenders of marriage in 3-button suits. We'll raise our double standard and see who salutes. Defenders of marriage, defending the institution against people who want to get married. Every time we think about same-sex parents, oh my gosh, we exclaim. I mean, to people who want to provide a protective and nurturing family environment, have they no shame? It's so deviant. It's the Lord's holy word, as my second wife said to my third, that a family's based on obligation and fear. We're defenders of marriage, connubial narcs, ever vigilant and patriotic patriarchs. Defenders of marriage, defending the institution against people who want to get married. One summer evening when my woman was doing laundry, I shared a six-pack with an old John Bircher, and oh so wisely he imparted an ancient quandary to ponder. He said it's nature versus legislature. Are people born gay, or do they turn gay just to piss off Nick Fuentes? Defenders of marriage with a militant stance. Let's get the government out of our lives and into our pants. Defenders of marriage, defending the institution against people who want to get married and have their insurance carried and be beneficiaried and be next to the ones they love when they are buried. This one, right? Okay. All right. You were born. I have MAGA neighbors, as I'm sure you do too, and you know, you can always tell because their welcome mat says "Don't tread on me," and I walk around the neighborhood in my Birkenstocks and my Peace Out T-shirt, and it's pretty clear where I'm coming from. But I often wonder, you know, I want to engage them. I want to reach out. I want to make friends. I truly do, right? You know, and I kind of wonder what I would say to them, especially if I ran into them at one of these protests. You were born about 3.5 million years ago in a valley warm and fair near the equator. You had hair all over your feet and you grew to 3 or 4 feet. You were even taller generations later. 50,000 years ago, you left Africa, and you stayed 10,000 years in Central Asia. With no saddle and no stirrup, you walked all the way to Europe. So I'll see your race card, partner, and I'll raise ya. Rift Valley, where we left our mom and dad. Drifted out across the world and messed it up real bad. We're all one family, no matter where we roam. Rift Valley drifters drifting home, genome by genome. Yeah, partner, if you're one of them grassroots protesters who hates socialism and just wants his country back, chances are you're of Western European heritage, a member of haplogroup R1b perhaps, with ancient brothers and sisters in other haplogroups who populated Australia and China and crossed over from Siberia to Alaska to open a casino in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. And you can follow your tracks. Follow them all the way back to the mitochondrial Eve. Great 5,000 times great-grandmama of all 8+ billion of us. And if you do, well, maybe then you'll stop acting like such a friggin' Neanderthal. Every Western boy and girl is descended from Mohammed. And the first real Americans were Russian and then Indian. And Barack Obama's cousin is Dick Cheney. Well, now, doesn't that make for an interesting town hall discussion? Rift Valley, where we left our mom and dad, drifted out across the world and messed it up real bad. We're all one dysfunctional family, no matter where we nomads roam. Rift Valley drifters drifting home, genome by genome. Take a look inside your genes and partner, then you will see we've all got a birth certificate from Kenya. All these songs, a lot of these songs are on the CD that I've got back there. It's called This Machine. It's the greatest hits, if you want to call it that. It's just a bunch of songs I've done for like 25 years. I'm touring this country, right, and seeing and playing. I play a lot of Unitarian churches. I do, because Unitarian churches are a great place to bring people together who are socially conscious and spiritually confused. I love playing these events, of course, too. You know, people are critical thinking audiences, right? You know, they think before they laugh, which is a little bit disconcerting, but anyway, here's another kind of a science song about the things we're losing. No, that's good. They put a telescope in outer space so Mother Earth could look about her space. And what she saw was rather shocking. 'Twas Stephen Hawking, and he was talking about expanding universal understanding, and that telescope forced her to contemplate as well as cope with cosmological conjecture and how that affects your morning commute. And faced with this dilemma, I ask you, what on earth's a Mother Earth to do? Turn off the Hubble, stay out of trouble, live in a bubble with Barney Rubble. Dum 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 dum, dum 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 dum, dum 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 dum, dum 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 dum. Now Galileo went way over his head. That's what they said when he was excommunicated. He was a menace to Genesis, they say, and to this day, to that we say, yea, verily, yea. We'll pull the plug and watch it plummet down. No need to shoot, we'll simply dumb it down before it spoils our education with information and fills our heads up with a lot of that erroneous errata. More importantly, we got a brand new paradigm. NASA is singing, can you spare a dime? And there's a starving astrophysicist. We won't need his assistance anymore. 'Cause from now on we spell intelligence with a silent S-C-I-E-N. Turn off the Hubble, stay out of trouble, live in a bubble. Sing it with me, here we go. Turn off the hub, stay out of trouble, stay out of trouble, live in a bubble, live in a bubble, with Barney Rubble, with Barney Rubble. Dum 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 dum. Turn off the Hubble and vote Republican. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Annie, Laurie, and Dan. Thank you for bringing me in this lovely event. You know, it's sort of the intersection of science and politics. You know that, and there's lots of work to be done. It's really a good time to be doing this work, right? It's a good time to be a progressive-minded person, a critical thinker. It's a very important time. We stand to lose so much. That's why, right? You know, we can. The answers are in the Trump Bible, I think, probably. And he spells that B-U-Y-B-U-L-L. Yes, that's right. Okay, spreads a little bit, goes, okay, now let's reach the back. Wonderful, okay. That's wonderful. I do have the CDs back there, and like I mentioned, this machine, the best of. There's also a link you can go and get the brand new one, which is a collection of socially conscious songs, social activism songs, and this is one of those songs that will provide for you another opportunity for sing-along. Thanks for having me. Put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Oh, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Took all the trees, put them in the tree museum. And they charge people an arm and a leg just to see 'em. I said, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Hey, farmer, farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, believe me, the birds and the bees. Oh, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Late last night, heard the screen door slam. Big yellow taxi took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Oh, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They pay paradise, put up a parking lot. They pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Oh, they pay paradise, put up a parking lot. All right. Thank you so much for having me. Dan and Lori, thank you. Thanks, Sam. Thanks so much. All right.